everybody. Hello. Simon, hello, are you there?
All right, how are you?
Hello, Nosh. Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Okay, this is hardly a podcast for the 3rd of December, 2011. How are you guys today? You good?
Not bad. Nice.
Pretty good, I got cake.
Yeah, it's full
Yeah,
of
I've got cake as well, but I'm exerting some control. Unlike you, I haven't just stuffed my face. It's sitting there.
I only ate the end of it.
It'll be sitting
little
there
bit.
in Nosh soon. Just be a pile in his belly.
Yeah, it would have moved about a foot from the plate
Horrible image.
to inside me.
Horrible image to envision.
For some reason, I've just started getting undressed. I don't know why I've decided now would be a good time. But
What the hell?
the belt's off, the top button's getting undone on the jeans, letting the
This is
belly
not
hang
the
out a
type
bit.
of show we're doing. I think you're plugged into the wrong thing. Simon's multitasking. He's got a webcam running as well.
Yeah. Oh, that's just on the
Website.
side. Yeah. Doing multitasking two things at once.
Yeah. It's a bit like and his. Oh god damn it! I've done it already. Real names.
Don't worry, I'll bleep it out. So, wait, on Skype, how do you ask someone to see their webcam?
Oh. I haven't got a webcam, so you won't be able to ask me.
Oh, well, it doesn't matter then.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you both good? Up to anything interesting?
Well, I made a cake, which you're currently eating.
I assisted.
Yeah, that cake
Yeah.
is gone. There is none of that cake left. I have the last remaining specimen.
I don't know what happened to the rest of it then. There was loads of it earlier.
Well, I was supposed to be doing my 4 assignments that I've got to do today for the next 2 weeks, but
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that either.
I
Yeah.
think I made a cake instead.
I blame it on the inspector people coming and the fact that I couldn't access Scopus.
They were only here for 5 minutes, if that.
Yeah, but I didn't know when they were going to turn up.
But yeah, I know what you mean. I've got 3-4 pieces of work to do. I've not done anything.
No.
It's
I need
not-
to make sure I get this presentation done for tomorrow.
As long as you've got some slides, you can just make up the rest on the spot. You'll be fine.
Yay.
Yeah, just fluff the slides out with content and wing it on the day.
Nothing can go wrong.
Well, no, everything can go wrong.
That's true. I still prefer Simon's idea of interpretive dance.
Well, it has to be a presentation. He didn't say what form this presentation has to be in. I mean, as geography students, he's not expecting interpretive dance, since we're not drama students. It never said it has to be a PowerPoint presentation. You could use a flip chart,
Yeah.
or no slides at all. You could
Silent
puppet.
movie.
Yeah. Mime.
Yeah. You could do a silent movie. I'll play the piano. I can't play the piano, but I'll play the piano.
Finger puppets.
Oh, that would be amazing. I want to see your finger puppet for Japanese knotweed.
Jap a motherfucking knees weed.
That was a good night. We got that work done and consumed port.
Yeah, you were completely out of it.
Yeah, I was starting to wonder whether, as well as adding numerous things to my food, you may have sort of added something like salvia or something. I don't know if it has any effect if you eat it, but I was thinking, I've really drunk a lot, so I don't know what this is.
It can have an effect if you dissolve it in alcohol, but then you'd have to hold it under your tongue for a good half hour, and I don't think you've done that.
That sounds too much effort.
Yeah,
But just to clarify though, I've not drugged you, not in any way, shape or form, within the last 2 weeks.
unless garlic counts.
Yeah, no, I did that.
Have you heard about this topless barbers in Norwich?
No.
I have heard of it, but I haven't looked into it too deeply.
Yeah, I thought, oh, this is going to be interesting. As in, the idea of naked ladies cutting my hair sounds better to me than just a man. But then it said barbers, so I thought it could be all men. It was going to be topless men, and it was going to be for women. And I thought, that doesn't make sense.
No, barbers are men's salons.
Yes, so I thought, well, unless it's for sort of those of a homosexual tendency, and it was going to be naked men cutting your hair, which I didn't think would be attractive if you weren't interested in that. But it is women, as far
That's
as I can tell.
okay.
I think it's either or, isn't it? 'Cause
It's not clear from
if
the application
any-
whether the staff will be men or women. From what it says on the BBC website, people don't seem massively in favour of this.
I don't know what the problem is. I think it's
No, I
brilliant.
don't see any particular issue.
I go there every day. I just like, excuse me, could you just like get a bit on my fringe again? Yeah, right there. Just lean right over. There you go.
Because, I mean, speaking as someone with fairly short hair, I mean, you'll be able to relate much better to this. Is when you go to sort of like places that normally cut ladies' hair, it's a much different experience compared to just going to a barber's.
The women are much more attractive.
Oh
in
yes,
these
they're
salons.
attractive. It's normally just women rather than men.
They know
Get
how to
your
use a
hair
pair of
washed.
scissors.
You get like a coffee.
You come out
It's brought
smelling
to you.
nicer than you went in.
You get to put your head on some boobs.
What?
Why
Yeah.
would you go to a hairdresser's, Nosh? Your hair's like... There's no need.
Well, it's a bit long at the moment.
Yeah, but you're a man. Just go to the barbers.
But I do normally. I've only been like once. It was great.
Oh, okay, just the one.
It's like when you go in the men's toilets and they smell of piss and shit.
Yeah.
And then you end up going in the women's toilets and it smells fucking gorgeous and it's clean and there's a sofa in there.
And you get screamed at, and then you get sort of official warnings. That may be because I kept going in, but we'll ignore that.
No. You see my point. The fact is that anything that's targeted at women is so much nicer.
That's true.
That's why I go to women's salons. That and they actually know how to cut long hair.
Apart from that pink M16 yesterday we saw. I didn't like it in pink.
Guns shouldn't be in pink. Nothing
Yeah,
violent.
blends in.
Nothing violent like guns and knives should ever be to do with women. Because you can't make a knife not smell of piss and shit.
Some women like piss and shit, I imagine.
Simon would know. He visits those strange basement levels of the internet.
Simon, you know what I said about trying to make you sound like less of a prick? It's
Oh,
not
yeah,
going
equal opportunities. If
Yeah,
women
you see-
want to piss and shit and be all manly, that's up to them, isn't it, really? You can't just say, oh, it's pink, it's girly. Women shouldn't be having knives and guns.
Scatology
guys
is a
have
human
done.
right.
Yeah, each to their own.
So I went on a school trip and we were all wearing pink for
Where?
some reason.
What, to see some scat porn?
No, we were all wearing pink. We were going to Wells next to the sea for some kind of geography trip. And when we got there, we wandered around in the shops, and the locals had no idea what was going on, why we were all dressed in pink, and they thought it was a sort of gay club outing.
Why
How
were you all
old
dressed
at
in
the
pink?
time?
17, something like that, 18.
Why did they make you all dress in pink for a school trip at the age of 17?
Well, they didn't make us. It was for charity of some sort that we were wearing the pink. It happened to coincide with, like, I don't know, AIDS Day or something.
AIDS is
It would
red.
be
I think it
breast
must be
cancer
breast
awareness.
cancer.
Might have been breast cancer awareness. Whatever it was, people wore pink for it.
We're going to run out of colours soon for these days. We'll have to
Just
like
have to invent more
stripes and
colours.
polka dots.
Yeah.
Yeah, polka dot ribbon. What could that be for? Think of some really obscure disease.
What's that one where black people go white in patches?
So you'd have black and white dots on it.
Yes.
You massive racist, Nosh.
No, I can't remember what it's called. Michael Jackson had it.
I was
Oh,
about to say alopecia, but that's where your hair falls out.
Yeah, that's where your hair falls out. That could be like one of a little bald person. A little pink shiny bald head.
What you need, one of these really obscure diseases is Lou Gehrig disease. And it's so obscure that only Lou Gehrig ever got it. So maybe you can have one of these really obscure ribbons for Lou Gehrig disease.
To be honest, you don't really need a ribbon for it. If you're the only person with it, you kind of are your own ribbon.
Well, he's not got it anymore. He died from it, but I assume other people may have it.
He died from being himself.
Well, he died from Lou Gehrig disease. I'm not sure the disease comes about from him being himself.
Fair enough.
It's not like you don't get Parkinson's from being Michael Parkinson.
That's true.
Is that where
That'd
it
be
came from,
ironic,
then?
wouldn't
I don't know.
it? That'd be an unfortunate coincidence, wouldn't it, if Michael Parkinson got Parkinson's?
He's
It'd
quite
be
old.
unfortunate.
Well, it'd be unfortunate anyway.
It'd be unfortunate if he was a vector for the disease, if Michael Parkinson gave people Parkinson's.
Yeah, because he had a lot of people on his chat show. There's a lot of people that could have got Parkinson's from him.
Yeah, that gets everywhere.
Like dust.
Once it's in the nooks and crannies of high society, there's no getting rid of it.
Oh, God. Apparently Oxford Street was closed today due to fears of crushing down the street from Christmas shoppers. Why?
It's brilliant. It's like a few days ago, everyone's protesting against capitalism. Now they're all going out contributing to capitalism.
I've
brilliant.
not done any Christmas shopping yet, and when I do, I won't be going to a shop on the high street. I'll just be
Why?
going to amazon.co.uk.
I thought it was John Lewis we were going to.
Oh yeah, that's if I get my staff Christmas bonus through. We're right on it.
Why? It's not just going on the high street, but Oxford Circus. It's like the biggest high street. You're bound to get fleeced if you go down there. It's just a massive tourist trap.
It's quite a
It's
good
going
day
to be. Oh yeah, it's a nice place, and you're in a nice part of London. But go in Primark on Oxford Street. Prices are going to be so much more expensive than Primark wherever there's a Primark, Luton.
Still cheap as chips though.
Oh yeah,
But
that's
they have
'cause
like
kids make it.
they have exclusive stuff down the Oxford Street ones though. But
So your first
exclusive-
mistake was to go into Primark full stop.
yeah.
This cake's good. I'm enjoying the cake.
I think the only thing I've ever bought from Primark are socks, and they were terrible. I pulled them on, and they just rip. They've got holes all over them.
What, like the first day you put them on and the ends came off?
It was only like a week or so. Something,
You're like-
yeah.
You put them on and you kept pulling them up your leg, and they kept travelling up your leg. And once they reached the groin region, you thought, hang on a minute, something's going on here.
Like leg warmers now.
For like dwarves. Well, a pair of socks isn't as long as leg warmers.
I don't know. I don't have a pair of leg warmers, Nosh.
Oh,
That's
I,
sort of like knee high or something.
I haven't had a pair of leg warmers in 30 years.
You're 22.
That's how long ago it was.
This must have been when his arithmetic was as well.
They were fetal leg warmers.
Sperm leg
No,
warmers.
it'd be like pre-fetal.
Pre-fetal leg warmers. Glint in your daddy's eye leg warmers.
Well, to be honest, the sperm wouldn't have even been produced at that point.
Oh,
Yeah.
don't you start with your facts and your truth and your science ruining my funny stories.
You as an egg would have been around.
Fine. I'll change the joke. Me, as a tiny little seed inside my mummy's tummy, wore leg warmers.
Cool.
You're an egg
You
warmer.
who cares about the factual accuracy of whether I existed at that point or not? I'm wearing leg warmers.
Fair enough.
Even if we concluded whether I was a sperm or an egg, neither are going to actually wear leg warmers, Nosh. Jeez.
Oh well.
Oh my god, I'm just on Steam at the moment seeing what's on offer for today. And Brink, which only came out. When did Brink come out anyway? Like May. But
Yeah,
they've
the
got like
summer.
the complete pack with all the DLC for £4.75.
'Cause it
Wow.
was a shit
Wow,
game.
that was a good game. Well, Borderlands Complete Edition's on here as well, and that's $4.99, which is a lot older. And it's more expensive. I think I'd
I
rather
know.
play Borderlands.
Yeah, I get Borderlands. But, well, Brink wasn't necessarily a bad game. I mean, grenades were fucked, and all the computer players had like crap tons of health. And you died pretty much all the time, and then you'd have to run all the way back to the action and then die again.
Were all the units the same though until you got like really far in it? There wasn't much differentiation between them.
Well, no, because the whole point is that it was sort of like blurring the lines between single player and multiplayer, so people could just sort of hop in and replace the computer players. But to keep these sides balanced, the computer players would have the same amount of health as a human player. So normally in like Halo or Modern Warfare, you can just like storm through and take out like 10, 20 computer players. In this one, they're just as strong as you are. So it was a bit frustrating.
Sounds terrible.
It wasn't a bad game. It just like only really lasted 2 hours.
Yeah, for me, blurring the lines between single player and multiplayer sounds terrible. It's like, I know what we'll do. We'll make the single player more like the multiplayer game. Yeah, because that's fun. Let's just have death matches all the time for £40.
If you want to blur the lines between single player and multiplayer, it's already been done. You just do co-op campaign mode.
Yeah, you want a plot then. You want to make multiplayer more like single player. Have plots.
But then you also want to have the multiplayer element.
Multiplayer's easy. It's just deathmatch mode and capture the flag.
But, yeah, you don't play single player because you're on your own, and multiplayer because you're with people. They're two different styles of playing. One's plot driven and one's sort of more competitive. So blurring lines between them, you just sort of end up with nothing really.
Sounds a bit crap.
It was. Don't pay £4 for it. Get Borderlands. Seriously, that was a good game.
Changing topic slightly.
Go on.
Apparently, Christmas shop thefts will hit 1 billion this year.
What, like in cost or number?
In cost. £1 billion worth of goods will be lost from stores in the run-up to December 25th. Then most of that will be light-fingered employees and those involved in supply chain fraud, as well as shoplifters. So most of it's the employees rather than the shoplifters.
Yeah, so the one thing you can say about companies is don't trust the people that work for you.
Yeah.
They hate you, and they're not going to be worried about screwing you over.
Yeah, it's
gone up a lot. As I don't know if we mentioned this yesterday or not, but we've been watching a lot of videos about growth, mainly population growth, and figures of use of like fossil fuels and such. And the figure we keep coming up with is 7%. So whatever it is doubles every 10 years if it has a growth rate of 7%. Well, the growth in crime has increased by 6.2% since just last year. So, I mean, that's getting on that way. So if it continues, we could be looking at 2 billion in like 10 years' time, pretty much.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's essentially a decade, 11, 12 years.
Yeah. I mean, that's quite a serious increase.
Not my money.
Symptom of the tough economic climate, it says.
Well, yeah, I don't bother buying Christmas presents, so it ain't really going to affect me. And I'm not the one posting losses. I mean, I guess they probably will put prices up to compensate, but to be fair, I'm going to buy everything in January when they're looking to get rid of it anyway.
Yeah, so just do Christmas in January, get everything in the sales. We'll have it January the 25th.
That's my top tip. Don't buy it when they have mountains of it. Buy it when they don't want it anymore.
Summer. Buy it all in the summer. I mean, that's what sensible people do, is they buy stuff throughout the year as and when they see it. Either it's what they were looking for or it's a good price. Because it's always going to be cheaper and more available, generally, than Christmas.
Because come September, October time, shops still have stock from last Christmas. And at that time, they're going to want to get rid of it because they need the space for this Christmas stock.
Mm.
So as long as you keep your eye out through the year, you're going to get a bargain. But it's all about putting the effort in, and I don't think many people could just be asked.
Yeah. I mean, myself personally, I'm particularly looking forward to sort of early January when all the Christmas cake and Christmas puddings and stuff are being sold off at like £1 each.
Boxing Day, you just go out and you come back with like 11 advent calendars.
No, that's a horrible day. There's too many people. I don't like busyness.
Okay, maybe not Boxing Day, but...
No, I don't think I've ever gone out in Boxing Day, like, in the shops. So, I've always avoided that, so it's alright.
Yeah, you see them, don't you? It's always on the news that, like Selfridges or something in Oxford Street, and it's just people, like, rushing
all
to get through.
packed.
It's like, have you not got anything better to do with your
I
life
mean, yeah,
than
if you
go
lived
shopping?
in central London anyway, maybe, and you were looking for something to do.
We
But-
just sort of think, how bad was their Christmas? What sort of sucky presents did they get? Was it like jumpers and socks and maybe like a knife that is also a fork and is also a spoon
Spork.
that's a knife?
Yeah, they've got serrated edge on the side of the fork. Prong.
Prong.
Oh, and our amazing Virgin high-speed broadband. Woo! 50 meg my arse.
Well, we keep telling you to talk to them about it.
Yeah, I'll do it now. Oh wait, no, I can't because I'll just get in trouble for you guys for doing something else.
No, that'd be amusing. Please ring them up
But,
now.
yeah.
No, I was
Hey,
just going to do it
loudspeaker
online,
to-
send them an email or
Phone,
something.
phone them up using Skype out.
That'd be
So
amazing.
You just add them to the call and we
Just
can
have
talk
you
to them.
talking to an Indian bloke,
Yeah, we can
trying to
just
explain
troll
what's
him.
wrong with the internet.
What is it? It was supposed to have 50 meg, and it's usually around 20, and sometimes it just drops out and comes back in again. Stupid super hub. There's nothing super about it.
Super shit.
Yeah, that's if anything, that's it. It's called shit hub. Actually, it's called shit.
I don't think it's going to go very well with the marketing people. We'd
Well,
like
they
to-
released it in
shit.
beta form. The software, the bloody software on it. I wonder it's crap. We're basically testing it for them. Take our
Yeah.
money, give us crap internet. What the heck?
I'm sure I could add a phone number to this Skype call. I'm sure we could actually put some credit on Skype.
Oh, I
Phone
think
the Virgin guy.
Oh, I'm not putting Skype credit on. I used to have Skype credit, but then because you've got to make like a call like once every 2 months, otherwise it get rid of it. What's that about? Why can't I just save it there until I need it in the year's time?
Yeah, that's
Just
retarded.
a con.
I put enough on to make about one call, and we just phone some poor foreign bloke up and troll him because our internet's shit.
Yeah, that'd be amusing.
I should do a speed check to be honest, but I've got quite a lot of stuff running anyway, so it's not going to be mega fast.
Well, yeah, so have we.
Well, there's three of us talking via Skype, so that's having some effect.
MicroTorrent's open. Steam's open. Oh, it's not
Yeah.
too bad today. We're getting 28. Well, that's
That's
still
still
quite a
not
way off
50.
50.
Yeah. It's like saying, I'm not dead. I'd only have broken both my arms, my legs, and my spine.
Oh, the problem with the Virgin Media is I don't know what the account details are because Abigail set it up. Not me.
Oh.
I told you to set it up.
Yeah, but I wasn't in. I was at work. So she set it up.
Oh, I see.
So I don't know what the login details are.
Oh.
I don't know if she ever wrote them down.
That'll probably be her password, because you know how some people have one password they use for everything.
Password normally.
Oh.
Try Jack Merlin.
Well, I don't know what the email address is for. She must have used
don't-
my actual email address because I get the bills sent through to it.
Alright, so she set it up for you, as you.
I'll just click forgotten password.
She assumed your identity.
Yeah, I was going to say, if it's your email address, it'll send...
Yeah,
stuff.
she'll have sent. She's used my email address.
Okay.
I just don't know what the password is. What is your mother's maiden name? But she won't have used my mother's maiden name. This is going to be a bit.
God.
I'll
What's
try.
her mother's maiden name?
Who knows? Who gives a crap?
I don't know.
Well, if you find Abigail on Facebook, and then her mum,
Oh,
and then her mum's brother, it'll be whatever his surname is.
What if her
Right,
mum doesn't
alright.
have a brother?
Well, then that plan
What
fails.
if a mum only has sisters and every sister has a different name?
Then you give up.
Can't
Or
we,
try
just cut,
another attempt.
can't we just cut out the middleman and give up?
God, Virgin's so lame. Reset your
What?
password. Must be between 6 and 10 characters long. My password was 11 characters. Is that too secure for them?
6 and 10, really?
Why can't I have longer than 10? Yeah.
I hate things like that, and I hate ones that have your password must have a number and a letter.
Oh no, what was we doing the other day? Setting up EndNote for the computer, and you have
Oh,
to
yeah,
have
you
a
have to have a
symbol in
symbol
it, so
in
I
it
had
as
like the
well.
@ sign in it.
God.
It was quite special. And then you had to type it in every time you wanted to use it on Word. But then I found a way of saving it, so it's all right.
That's excessively secure. I mean, all you need are 2 or 3 words and a couple of numbers, and it would take a computer program years to breach that password. Whereas when they say, oh, it has to be between 6 and 10, there's only a finite number of combinations. It would only take a couple of months for a computer to crack it. And if it was, you have to have a number in there, it would just be one word, usually with the number 1 at the end. It'd take a computer a day to break into that. So websites trying to make us safer don't. They make us lazier.
I think that's more the people's laziness, though.
Oh yeah, it's your own fault if your bank details get stolen. I have no sympathy for you if your password was like Fuzzy Lumpkins or password.
And to be honest, Fuzzy Lumpkins would be more difficult to guess.
That's true, actually, because it's not in the dictionary.
Yeah. Another good one is just to take years and then reverse them.
I've got a string of about 10 numbers and letters that I had to remember a few years back, and it was something I used like every week, but only I knew it, so it was in my head, but it was random, and I had to learn it off by heart. So I just used that as my password with a couple of extra letters in that are different for each site I go on, so that if someone does find out my password, they can't use it for everything.
That's quite secure sounding.
But it's pretty good because I know it off by heart, and it doesn't technically exist anywhere but in my head.
Yeah.
So there's
Unless
no
you
way.
have some kind of like an aneurysm and forget it, then you're stuffed.
Oh yeah, then thank God there's forget password. And thank God my mother's maiden name doesn't change.
What does it?
And thank God the password for my email is just password.
Are you ready, Simon? Are you still busy?
No, I'm just checking this thing now on Virgin Media. Apparently, if you're Virgin Media, you can get Spotify for free. I got rid of Spotify because you can only listen to songs 3
Because it
times.
wasn't free.
All right,
Yeah.
how do you get it for free then?
I'm not telling you, I'm having that freebie. Screw you guys. You can have it on your computer and your phone for free.
Don't make me come over there.
It's not working at the moment because I don't know if I'm signed in on my new Virgin Media account or my old one. Oh, I found my lighter.
Oh.
And the Rizzler paper. What? Whose is that?
We stole it from a party.
We should steal a lot of...
You stole it from a party,
We
Jamie.
should steal a lot of things in this house.
It was there. I took it.
Yes.
And
Stealing.
I've been making Rizzler paper helicopters with them.
To be honest, at that party, we drank a lot more of other people's stuff than was ours.
We drank a lot. End of.
That's quite true, to be honest. It was quite funny just getting to the end of the night. I was like, oh, there is actually nobody else about now. They are all asleep.
It's just us two. It's 5 a.m. I want to go home. And yeah.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to set up Spotify for free. But,
Just use a different service that's basically the same but already free.
Groove Shark.
Oh, have you heard that Google's going to do one as well called
Yeah.
Google Music?
it got launched in America, didn't it? Like last month? Was it last month?
Yeah.
It's not great, though, because they're missing a lot of the major record companies that hold most of the artists.
Give it time.
They have like 2 out of the 5 or something, and not the big ones.
They'll get
Give it
around to
time.
eventually.
I mean, they came around to it with YouTube, so I assume they'll come around to it with this.
Yeah. We'll see.
That's a good point. Google already has a music service. It's got YouTube.
That's true.
The YouTubes. And that's where this will end up, probably.
Oh yeah, I'm not putting it anywhere else.
Oh no. In fact, it may even be on here this evening for the delectable enjoyment of the public.
Way to break the fourth wall, Nosh. Way to break the fourth wall.
Indeed.
Oh man, I totally haven't checked the Welling Hatfield Times in ages. I wonder what's going on in the local area.
Nothing.
Crime.
Well, the bins have been a overwhelming
Emptied.
success. Oh, someone put a road. Do you know like a cycle lane where it says "end" on the road? They've got the E, and then the N is the wrong way round, and then
my
D.
God.
How do you get an N the wrong way round?
Yeah, they've not put the stencil on the floor the right way round, so it's been mirrored.
I thought an N was like... No, maybe, yeah.
If you look at your keyboard, and then if you flip that over in your head, so it was the other way round.
It would still work.
No, it wouldn't.
Unless it was you turned it the other way so it was a Z.
No. Oh my God. You're an idiot.
Well, the N on my keyboard could be flipped round and it would still work.
No, it wouldn't, because it goes up
No, because
first.
the
to a
diagonal bit would be going the other way.
Yes. That's precisely it. It would go from the bottom up to the top, whereas at the moment on a normal end it goes top to bottom. The diagonal.
Well, the way I'm thinking about it, on mine, it would work. It would still slope down.
Well, how are you thinking?
Well, there's an N.
Thinking
If you
just
turned it up,
rotating
if you
it.
flipped it all the way round,
Yeah, so
it would be
rotating.
exactly the same.
No, not rotating it. Like
Mirrored.
180, no, flip it, mirror image.
That's
There
why I
we
said
go.
mirrored.
My God.
You weren't explaining what was wrong very clearly.
I said mirrored it. I'll do.
You didn't say in what axis.
Oh my God.
Either
Right, let's-
one, it would still do the same thing.
Okay, so in front of me, I have a slice of cake, and it's been sitting here for about half an hour now, and I'm not going to lie, I'm salivating. It's everywhere. It's down my front. It's somehow down my back. There's saliva coming out the door. I don't know. It just looks like good cake, but it's a special cake, and why don't you guys tell us why it's special, while I just stuff my face.
But it was made by me and Simon, and we're pretty special.
All right, good.
That's the
And
thing
it-
that should put you off, really. It was made by our fair hands.
Yeah. To be honest, as a first attempt, it was pretty good.
a good cake.
Yeah.
Considering we had to use a cake pan that was about twice as big as what the recipe called for. So the cake is twice as sort of wide in diameter, but about half the height as it may have been.
I think that cake tin would have been perfect, like if you were making a large cheesecake or something that had a base that was something that
Something that
wasn't
was
a sponge cake that you needed to rise a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hey,
Souffle.
gotta make do with what
Very
you've got.
nice souffle.
Go on. How about you talk us through the recipe? Tell us what you did.
Well, I went to the one stop, the source of all fine ingredients, and I bought some
Doritos.
eggs, and I got myself some self-raising flour. Make sure it's self-raising, otherwise you won't have a cake. You'll just have a load of goo at the bottom of a pan.
Yeah,
It's like Abigail's cake.
Oh,
We got some, what's the one we got? Caster sugar, as that's, again, better for baking with. Don't want no crunchy bits of sugar in there.
I'm still sure that they're the same, caster and granulated.
I think you need to get yourself on
No.
Wikipedia. Well, Nosh thought we could just put sugar on top of the cake because we didn't buy any icing sugar because it's a bit of a
well,
waste.
no, you
by
put icing sugar on top of the cake.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah.
just go granulated sugar.
It's like, oh, we'll just crush it up in a bowl.
What?
There's nothing wrong with my idea. They're both very
Apart
practical.
from the fact that it was wrong.
Oh, we already had some butter in the fridge, so we were good on the butter front.
Oh, we have crap loads of butter.
And then it was equal measures of sugar, butter, and flour. 125 grams of those, and
So how
then
many of
2
those,
eggs.
No, we did 250.
So
Yeah,
how
no,
many-
but that was for like each side. Yeah, so we did it twice.
No, both sides were 250, weren't they?
Stop arguing.
No,
It doesn't matter.
it was
It's
equal measures.
You can make it as big as you like, as long as it's equal measures.
You just need to put the right amount of eggs in though.
Oh yeah.
Otherwise it'll just be dry.
So how many of those little individually wrapped, like breakfast style, breakfast in a hotel type portions of butter that we nicked? How many of those did you use?
Oh, we only used those for based in the tin because we didn't
didn't
have
have any
any
greaseproof
parchment paper.
Well, no wait. I made off with those. I had pockets full of those, and I was running away from the scene of the crime, and you didn't even think to use them.
Yeah, we used them for like greasing the tin up.
It's going to take us forever to get rid of those.
To be honest, you only had the butter. I had a pocket full of cheese, a pocket full of biscuits and sugar cubes, and another pocket full of tea and crackers.
That's not true. I had a pocket full of tea, and I had a pocket full of biscuits, and I had some notebooks.
Oh, that's true, you had some notebooks.
But I don't have the mini pens. Shouldn't nick the mini pens. And I very nearly made away with an entire bottle of water.
I tried for that as well.
Well, yeah, Jamie did pick it up, and I was like, it's just still water. We've got lots of that in taps at home. I don't think we really need to take that.
I was in a stealing mood. No one was around. There was a table full of food. I saw my opportunity, and I wanted to go for it.
Yeah, I had to fight a Russian man for the cheese.
Literally, he had a fight with a Russian man. They're just rolling around on the floor, punches were thrown.
Yes. Well, highly inappropriate comments were made by a senior member.
I think a little bit of context needs to be put into the stealing of tea bags, butter and cheese.
Buffet. It was a complimentary buffet. It was there for us to take.
That had been paid for.
We didn't actually wander into a building, say, oh, look, there's some food. Let's grab it before they come out. No, we were there. We were invited there. We went. We ate their food. We drank their wine. We drank some more of their wine. Actually, we
stayed until it was all gone.
Yeah.
The talk finished at about 5:45, and we left at about 7:15. So we were there for about an hour and a half.
Good hour and a half of standing in a hallway.
Drinking wine.
Slowly but surely moving towards the buffet table, waiting for the crowds to thin out a bit.
It's the only reason we stayed.
That's the only reason we stayed. If there wasn't cheese and crackers and biscuits and tea and a big bottle of water and some like individually sized butter portions, we would have gone. We would have gone long ago.
Oh, you forgot about the sugar cubes as well.
The sugar cubes.
Next time we'll take the cutlery and crockery as well.
Hey, as well. No one was around to watch us.
Yeah, I was just glad I could eat my biscuits, because when I was trying to eat them inside the lecture, it sounded like I was just I might as well just had a large gong and been jumping around the room on the tables.
You are one of those pricks in the cinema who sits there and tries to open a packet of crisps or tries to unwrap a sweet.
I do feel self-conscious when I eat popcorn.
Yeah, and you're one of those ones who thinks, oh, it's really quiet in here. I'll try and open it slowly. And then you just make even more noise.
Or longer noise. It's not more noise, it's longer noise.
Just get out of the way. Just open it in one big go.
You're one of those people, and I hate you.
Well, the main problem was eating the biscuit. I've got a big mouth, and it makes a lot of noise when I'm crunching.
Well, stop opening it when
like
you eat.
No, it was shut. Even so,
his jaw is just an amplifier. Any noise inside his mouth just comes out his chin.
But to be honest, I was eating crisps the other day, and Jamie was complaining from the other room about the crunching.
It carried through walls.
It did. It actually did.
They were crunchy crisps. I don't know if they were just crunchier than normal, if it was me, if it was just me and the crisps. Well, if I hadn't eaten the crisps, it wouldn't have made any noise, obviously, but yeah.
Well, it can't beat the time I went to the cinema with a few friends, and we all took loads of cans of beer with us. We were all there with our cans of Boddingtons, nice classy drink. We're watching what was it? The Fast and Furious thing. Yeah, my friend was there waiting for a really loud bit so he could open his next can. Right, it's really loud. I go to open it. It just goes really quiet. No more talking, no more car noises or anything. Just all the head starts frothing up. We just all burst out laughing.
It should have done that like a rom-com or something.
Yeah, at least it was only Fast and Furious, so it was all kind of like.
Yeah, no one goes there for the dialogue.
No, it was just a load of men drooling at cars and women.
Who's you're going to offend?
Yeah. The only reason people go watch Fast and Furious is cars, boobs, and Vin Diesel.
He wasn't even in the last one, was he?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only one who's not in is the second one, I think.
Okay. It was good when you and me went to the cinema, Simon. Like, what, 11 o'clock at night? We went to the late night showing of some Drive.
Oh, that was really good as well.
That was a really good film.
We do see other things that don't have cars in.
But that film's like really quiet, so imagine sitting there with a can of Boddingtons.
Yeah. It's
Well,
really
there was only us and about 5 other people in the screen, and they were noisy.
Oh
they were
yeah, I
noisy
remember. Yeah.
Yeah.
Some other students. Bloody
Well, we assume so.
students.
But just imagine going to like a rendition of Hamlet or Romeo and Juliet or something. And it's like the big moment happens, and you just hear, you know. Or you
I
just
got
hear-
threatened with being thrown out of the cinema twice, in fact. Once in was it?
Who was doing the threatening? Was it the cinema staff or was it some random bloke in a chair?
Well, somebody went and got a cinema staff person.
Or what were you doing?
Oh, one I was in. It was like the first Lord of the Rings. Yeah, they both were in Lord of the Rings. These people take it too seriously.
It's a good film. You're taking the
they're
piss out
both
of Lord of the
amazing
Rings.
films. No. I love them. Believe me, I do. I have the extended versions. We need to do a marathon at some point with all the extended versions.
Yeah,
We
I've
do.
got them downstairs.
And I was in a row with some people that I'd gone to see it with, and there were some people next to us who were being quite noisy. And then somebody's obviously gone and complained, and then the staff came in and they threatened to sort of evict the entire row. And I don't think it was me. I don't think I was making any noise, as far as I remember. It was a while ago now. And I went to see the second one, and it was a really quiet moment, and they're in these woods, and then there's all this white light, and I suddenly, like, without thinking, blurt out, "It's Gandalf!" And like, and people,
Wait, so you spoiled it?
yes, I spoilt the moment.
Oh, where
Who's
he comes
about to turn
back
up.
as Gandalf the White.
Yeah.
You spoiled it for an entire room of people.
He spoiled it
Yeah.
for like 2 seconds. It was just...
But still, I'd much rather see Gandalf walk out of the light and go, instead of hear Nosh go, "It's Gandalf!" And everyone's just like, oh.
Yeah. That was
I'm never taking you anywhere. Let's put it that way.
it's
You
quite
eat
funny.
loudly, you spoil the movie, you
Yeah.
seem to attract all the wrong sort of attention.
Yeah, I went to see the first one about 4 times in the cinema, for different reasons. I went with.
Jesus, how many women were you dating at the time?
Unfortunately, none of them were women or
Oh.
men. It wasn't dates. I went with friends on 2 different sets of friends, and then like my family, and then some other people. I don't know, some kind of trip, and we were coming out, and at the time I went with my family, and no, it wasn't Lord of the Rings. It was Harry Potter. We had seen Lord of the Rings as well. And my sister turns to my mum and goes, "I like that much better than Gladiator," because she thought she'd seen Gladiator rather than Lord of the Rings. And this woman gave my sister was only little at the time. This woman just gave my mum a horrified look that she'd let her watch Gladiator, and being quite young at the time.
What?
Kidding me? At like the age of like 6 or 7, I'd watched Aliens, I've watched Predator, I've watched Jurassic Park. I watched all these sorts of things.
Yeah, I think it shows in your later life.
I was a very desensitized young child. Nothing
Yeah.
phases me now.
That explains a lot.
Literally, if we were to be invaded by aliens tomorrow, I just wouldn't bat an eyelid. I've seen it all before. Just watching people I know get like impaled by lasers and eaten by tongues with tongues.
How do you get impaled by a laser?
I was thinking that as well.
There's some scary alien lasers. Let's put it that way.
Very solid.
A very solid laser.
Well, what was a lightsaber if it wasn't a solid laser?
It just burnt a hole in you. It wasn't solid.
Yeah, but you still got impaled on it.
You weren't stuck on it.
Yeah, but
You were free to move.
You got impaled, and then, you know, that's it. You get stabbed with it, you're impaled.
Well, it's not really stabbing. It's more of they wave it in your general direction and burn a nice.
And anyway, lasers are fictional, so I can do what the fuck I want with them.
No, they're not. They use them for MRIs and like cutting
Yeah, but-
cataracts and things.
There are no laser guns. There are no laser swords. There are no laser bridges. There are no laser hover vehicles. There's no tractor beams. There's none of that. It doesn't
Well,
exist.
using them as a structure is a stupid idea. What would you do with a laser bridge? You'd drive onto it and fall through.
You
You
clearly
could
never
you could
seen.
set one up with some mirrors and stuff, so it looked like there was a bridge made out of lasers, but it would be no use for driving across.
You've never seen science fiction movies then, where they've got like bridges of light going across the place.
Like what? Tron?
Well, I mean, technically nothing existed in Tron because it was like in a computer.
Yeah. Or everything existed, just it was interpreted differently.
Yeah, my mind's blown now.
Yeah, I thought it would be. The anthropification of computers and their insides and processes. That's a bit of culture there for you folks. A little nugget of knowledge from Nosh.
Oh man, we totally forgot to talk about Nosh's brilliant dress sense today when we went out to the shops. He had
It
the
was a thing of
best
beauty.
outfit on ever. I mean, that could have been in GQ or something. Is that a
It
fashion
was haute
magazine?
couture. Like fashion that was.
What was it like?
I was wearing the delightful ensemble of some baggy jog bottoms.
Yesterday's
Hey.
boxers.
They're today's boxers, thank you.
No, they're not.
Oh,
Me
they're
and
not.
Jamie know.
A hoodie,
Hey, you leave me out of this.
some thick socks with like rubbery bits on the bottom so you don't slip over, and a pair of smart shoes and a smart coat, and my hair stuck up in numerous directions that should defy gravity.
It
I
was a good
possibly
look.
looked like a slightly upmarket homeless refugee.
That just sounds like the sort of clothes you always wear.
Do you know, like,
Especially when you've got a 9 o'clock lecture, you always look like that.
Well, normally I wear a t-shirt and jeans rather than jog bottoms, and I have socks that aren't, well, they might have holes in them sometimes, but they're at least socks designed to go outside in, and I've normally got my hair in some sort of order.
it was like the that Foster's Gold advert, the smart casual thing with Oliver Lance.
It was a
the
mix.
smart shoes, hobo trousers, hobo hoodie, smart jacket.
Yeah, I was classing it up.
It was a smobo.
For Hatfield, I was like pretty much royalty.
What was the nugget of knowledge?
What were you doing? Were you even paying attention?
I may have been downloading High School of the Dead.
Woo!
Maybe. That may have
Okay.
happened.
That's good. May or main that you can't. You're either doing it or you're not. There's no may about it. So are you doing it?
It's like Schrodinger's cat.
Okay. Well, that's good because that was the other topic I wanted to move on to because you two have been watching that all day and I have no idea what it's about.
It's like The Walking Dead, but because it's got zombies in it. But that's about as far as that goes.
So it's like any zombie movie that's got zombies in it.
No, it's not a movie. It's a TV show. It's based on a manga comic. It's an anime. It's got some very nice breasticles in it and panty up skirts. I think Japanese animators just sick in the head because they're all these
Simon.
schoolgirls with massive boobs. And
Yeah,
it's like-
they're in high school. What are you doing?
yeah, I know. It's like, yeah, I'm watching it. But it's like all the Japanese stuff's the same.
I think it's like of an age range where it might be all right. I don't know though.
Oh yeah, I don't really know how the Japanese education system works. They might be like 18. What's the age of consent in Japan? I'll assume it's 16, like in the UK. So
Wikipedia it.
Yeah, I'm finding out now.
21. Oh shit.
This is something I hadn't considered before.
But yeah, you can tell which are the adults though, because they have even bigger boobs. They're just
Oh, God.
ridiculous.
Oh God, the national age of consent in Japan is 13.
Oh, it's okay then. I'm fine. Not that I would.
You were quick to make that point clear there.
But on a legal basis, it's okay. But on a moral basis, I think that's a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
Well, no, the national age is 13, but then like their individual states can set their own ages.
Alright. 13? Jesus.
Yeah, no wonder they're all so perverted.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah,
just for
Japan is
them.
the only country in the world where you can get used schoolgirl panty vending machines.
I'd like to challenge that. I'd like to see you find one somewhere else. I'd like to see you find one in Japan, to be fair.
It would be an interest. I don't know why. Yeah. Just beggars belief. I don't really understand. But High School of the Dead, yes, it's much like The Walking Dead in terms of there are zombies and they are graphically killed in a numerous manners, and you have to get them in the brain rather than just remove their heads, like some zombie fiction.
Wouldn't that destroy? If you remove their heads, isn't that the same as the brain?
No,
like
because
in their brain?
it's the brain stem, so the head can still move and crap.
Ah, okay.
It still goes and can bite you and crap.
Glad to know about now.
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
Yeah.
Do you have like a zombie survival plan?
This was discussed in my end of year assembly at sixth form.
Go to the
I've
Winchester and wait
discussed
for it
this
all to
many
blow
times.
over.
Well, this was discussed as one of the main topics of when we were leaving by the person that was giving the "you're leaving" crap stuff, and it was came to the conclusion that we were all going to this person's house that lives above a lock and has a very large collection of guns.
Well, yeah, I've discussed this many a time. So, wait, Simon to go to the pub and slowly but surely accept his fate.
Yeah.
You go to somewhere in Scotland and hole up in a castle with a crap load of muskets. I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd grab a coat. I would go to the North Pole.
I thought you were going to say Asda, but
What? Why would I grab a coat and go to Asda?
Plenty
that's
of
normally
food.
what happens. You grab your coat and you go to Asda.
Well, I guess I could hang out. I guess I could hang out in the freezer aisle. But no, the fact that my point is I'm going to the North Pole because zombies don't have body heat. They're dead. So I'll be there, with my mammalian metabolism. Metabolism. Try saying that quickly. And I'll be nice and warm. And then they'll just freeze. They'll just freeze solid on their way to me. And so I'll just sit up there and become an Eskimo and live out.
A lonely existence.
Wow, it's called the Inuit now.
It's not going to be that lonely if I find some Eskimos / Inuits.
There we go.
Mr. PC Brigade.
I've never heard Simon called that before.
No, normally it's the other way around.
Hey, I'm always PC and ethical.
But no, you don't
stuff.
like Max.
Yeah, don't like Max.
Max is shit. It's because they're crap and nothing you want to work with them works with them, and they can't fucking run Flash without dying. They just can't do anything. They can't do anything. They may as well be a very expensive, very Flash-looking paperweight.
They must do something, otherwise everybody would just do Apple under the Trade Descriptions Act.
Well, I guess I player works on them a bit, and I choose.
Well, they have a whole set of programs that work on them, I'm sure.
Yeah, but you're only allowed to use their programs. That's the problem.
I would like to make a Hackintosh, though.
Just to say you have.
Yeah.
Just as a monument to your own social ineptitude.
Yeah. Right, new Christmas calendars.
No!
Why not? I'm looking at the sexiest Christmas calendars 2011.
What's number one?
Well, I don't know if this is number 1 or number 10, because it just says 1 of 10 at the moment. We've got Kelly Brook.
Okay.
Wouldn't mind a bit of Kelly Brook. That's nice. It's nice.
I'd open her doors.
And
That's terrible.
Cheryl Cole. See, these are all presents that people could be thinking of getting for the teenage kids or for the dad.
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue.
What do you get inside them?
It could be for the ex-husband who
It's
won't
a
move on.
calendar, Nosh. It's not an advent calendar.
Oh, okay.
Do you have an advent calendar, Nosh?
Not this year,
Why not?
because I haven't got round to getting one.
Did you have one last year?
Don't think so.
Oh wait, there's
Right.
men in this as well, so you could get this for your sister, Jamie.
What?
Mark Wright. Does his sister watch The Only Way is Essex?
Of course not. My sister has half a brain cell.
Okay, well if she
Not
did,
the way you describe her.
you could get a Mark Wright
The way I
calendar.
describe it makes it sound like she has half a brain cell.
Okay. Anybody else good on these calendars?
Well, David Beckham's got a calendar out. You'd like
Sarah
that,
Christina
Josh?
Hendricks calendar.
Amy Childs. You like a bit of Amy Childs, Nosh?
Well,
Who?
no.
She's in The Only Way is Essex.
Yeah, I know. Her as a person annoys me. When she talks, she annoys me. But she's got a nice rack.
It's 'cause
Oh,
she's
this
got
one's always a
family-
good one. Hollyoaks, because then you get a bit of variety, different every month. You know, might get a bit
Yeah.
fed up of looking at Kelly Brook and Wall. That wouldn't really happen, but
No.
just for argument's sake. But then Hollyoaks babes, turn it over every month.
Some of them are alright.
New surprise.
See, I'm not feeling so good now because I've already bought Simon a calendar, and it's none of these.
Saturdays, I mean that's a little less variety. You've only got 5, so I presume some of them are in it twice, and then
Some of them must be in it 3 times.
yeah, then they just have some
Simon.
group ones thrown in there.
What do you think of the Yorkshire Terrier collection? Because I
What,
kind
as a
of bought you
calendar?
that calendar. I kind of bought you that calendar.
Well, you should have just got me a Yorkshire calendar so I could have a Yorkshire pudding on what for January or something. Yorkshire,
Yorkshire
Terrier.
bitter,
The next day, some Yorkshire bitter.
Yorkshire tea.
Yeah. Oh, Yorkshire tea. I missed that. Stupid PG tips that were an offer in Aldi.
That pretend bank, Yorkshire Bank, whatever it is.
Yorkshire Building Society.
That's
Yorkshire Broadband.
Aye.
it. Plus net.
Plus net.
Good
Bit of
honest broadband from
E17
Yorkshire.
I
as
think
well.
we've pretty much already come up with a year's worth of stuff here.
I'm thinking that this calendar thing might have been like Kelly Brook at number 1, because number 10 is Cliff Richard.
Oh my god.
So that's for
God.
Grandma. That's Grandma sorted. Cliff Richard.
Has he at least got his clothes on?
Yeah. It's all wet though.
What?
I think he's been scuba diving.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That still doesn't make any sense.
What? Can a man not go scuba diving? No, he's been snorkeling. Sorry.
It's the same thing.
No, because snorkeling's
Oh, I
where you
just-
just have the pipe into
Well, no.
it. Scuba diving.
Snorkel.
Kit.
A
Yeah.
man can go scuba diving. I'm not going to judge, but you would have thought they'd have like photos of him performing and doing what he generally does for his job.
No. They're awful. It's just pictures of him like on a motorbike or pictures of him without a shirt on. It's just
What?
What? I can only see the front cover of this calendar. Have you loaded it all up?
no. I've seen them before.
Have
You
you
get them every year.
I mean, you
You
get
have-
them every year.
No.
have a Cliff Richard calendar, Nosh?
No, I have been in Clinton's, and they have them in there.
How does that place still keep going? It just
I
sells
don't know.
cards like £5. How is that a good business model? No one
don't
buys
know, but
cards
it did-
anymore because they're just a rip-off and a waste of time. Oh, thanks for this card. Open it, read the message, never look at it again.
I haven't bought anything from a card shop in about 3 years.
And then you've got like FunkyPigeon.com and Moonpig. They're far better. They've got better names for a start.
Moonpig.
Oh yeah, I'll have to go on there soon. It's my mum's birthday next weekend.
I learned it was your birthday in January from Facebook. Like it was.
Well done, Nosh. Well done. The book-
I knew it was early next year.
yeah,
It's like just before we come back.
yeah.
Yeah, which is why I usually don't remember.
Well, I
Just
won't be
not
back
for
until
it.
like the Tuesday or something because I don't have lectures till Wednesday. I'll just be like hungover on the Friday, the Monday.
On the Monday, me and Jamie have got to go on a walk.
Where
for
to?
CRM.
Anyway, you fancy?
I don't know. We got to do a rights of way survey thing, where we wander along a rights of way. I can't think what it's called offhand.
Sounds amazing.
I don't want to go.
No,
That's because you don't like walking. Well, it's not true.
It's
No,
not
he
that I don't
does like walking.
It's that I don't like doing work.
Yeah,
That's the problem. I don't like having to think about shit. When I go for a walk, I want to walk.
well, to be honest, we're doing it all day. If we're only doing one, we could probably do it in like half an hour and just have the rest of the day off.
Go down the pub.
Yeah. Because most of these things aren't that long. Or if they are super long, you'll split it up into sections or something.
Yeah,
That
it works for me.
wouldn't work that well, depending. But yeah. I mean, I've done like 11 of these already, so it's not like particularly difficult. If I can do it, anybody
anyone can.
You like walk along and goes, yeah.
Mr. Sharp for work past midday. Go for lunch, not come back.
Well,
I should point out those don't happen on the same day. He doesn't just show up, go for lunch, and that's it. You never see him again.
yeah, I don't think I'd last very long in any kind of occupation if that occurred. Turn up at lunchtime, go for lunch, and just never come back. Does sound like a good work day though.
Well, if the company's canteen is that good, then it's worth it.
Yeah, it was quite good. Like, I used to get up and just wander about, to be honest, because you're meant to get up every so often and move. I just had more breaks than I did the work, so I do wander around for a while and then have a 10-minute bit of work and then wander around again.
Oh,
That's not strictly true. But
talking about that kind of crap. When I did my risk assessment form for my dissertation, I went to get it signed by the risk assessment lady. Basically, I'd ballsed it up in typical me fashion, so I had to do it again. But she told me, and then had this 20-minute well, it wasn't a conversation. It was her talking at me for 20 minutes, telling me stuff like, a computer's a different hazard to other office items. Because it's all about sitting at your chair and things and looking at the monitor, and you obviously, and you should get up every, I can't remember how long it was. I was so bored I wasn't really listening. Maybe once an hour, 5 minutes, stretch your legs or something. So, love, you're 5 foot, 5'2" maybe, 5'2". She wasn't a midget, but 5'2". We both sat down here. I'm 6'2", and we're at the same height. I think my back's already gone. You haven't seen me sat at a computer. My knees are up around my head. It's too late for me.
You sound like a giant in a mini.
Yeah, it's not quite that bad. I just sit in really stupid positions at computers for about 9 hours and don't move.
For some reason, I'm just thinking I've got Carl Pilkington in my head right now. When he was telling that story. Just with your knees around your ears.
Why bother practicing workplace safety when I'm just going to go home and slouch in front of my computer anyway?
I know, it's you spend all day at work, 9 to 5, say, if you're in an office job, at a computer. What do? Come home, turn the computer on, go on YouTube. Basically at a computer for about 10, 12 hours a day.
12, 16, minus transit time.
Actually, yeah, it's probably more like that.
Yeah.
It's quite pathetic, really, when you put it into perspective.
Yeah. Makes you want to turn to drink.
Drink.
Yeah, I don't know how much more of this rum I can get away with drinking before this housemate notices.
She's not drunk any.
You've got till Tuesday.
Well, it was her friend brought it over so they could make margaritas. And they haven't got any of the other stuff to make margaritas. And when there's a nice bottle of spirit on the side, it just seems a shame to see it's sat there. You might as well drink it. The vermouth that there's is that's horrible. So that's just been there for a year and a half. That can stay longer.
You earned that anyway.
Yeah, nice bottle of spirit. Just drink it until it's gone. Don't save it.
Yeah, it's certainly going well with that cloudy lemonade or whatever it was we were drinking it with.
Yeah. I'm just drinking cloudy lemonade.
What you need to do, so that she doesn't notice, is buy your own bottle of rum, drink hers, and then just drink yours down to the point where hers was at.
Or I could just fill it up with something a similar colour.
Piss.
So water, basically.
Some slightly stale piss. No, because it's golden rum.
Oh, it's a golden rum.
Well, it's not white rum. It's aged for 3 years, so it's got a golden colour to it. So
we're going to have to cut this bit out, because she might well listen.
So, Simon, what have you learned today?
Did we... Oh, no, I didn't learn how to make a cake. I already knew that. I told you guys. What did we talk about again?
Okay.
We need a review so I can remember what I'm supposed to have learned.
Oh, Nosh, what have we learned today?
Well, we've learned that me and Simon can make a cake under difficult circumstances.
War or something.
Well, I know what I've learned. I've learned that I can't take Nosh anywhere.
I eat exceptionally loudly if it's crunchy. I'm a danger in cinemas, public, just about
Private.
anywhere.
Simon's attention span lasts roughly 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I learned that I need to
Short-term
pay
memory
attention,
crap.
otherwise I end up facing the wrong way talking to a wardrobe.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. Went well.
Oh, I went
And,
lots and not to go
stolen rum
Christmas
tastes
shopping.
nicer than bought rum.
Those are wise words to live by.
Oh well, we made us sound like petty thieves.
That's because we are petty thieves.
We were just redistributing the wealth of the capitalist bastards.
Taken
Robin
from the
Hood tax.
1%.
Yeah.
We stole butter from the 1%. Butter and crackers and posh cheese.
Stick that up your ass.
Yeah. And something else I wanted to say about that. The wine. We were hoping to get away with a couple of bottles of wine that were left. And the bloody bastards decided to open it and drink it.
Wait, we drank it though.
I know. I mean, I wasn't going to miss out, so I mean, I had 4 glasses, but I'd still hope to get away with the bottles intact for a later date. That may have been as soon as we got outside or when we got home, but yeah, it's a shame. It was a missed opportunity. Should have taken them and left earlier.
I don't think nobody was going to be the last to leave, though, were they? They were all hanging around for it.
Yeah, we're all
If
worried.
we'd got in earlier, when there were still a few people left, but before it was just the geography people, we could have got away with the rest of the cheese. I wouldn't have to fight that Russian man. We could have got bottles of wine and just made a run for it. I was all set to go turn the light off while you two went and got the items.
We couldn't find the light switch.
Yeah, that was true.
I'll say bye, guys.
See you later. Till next time.
Until next time.
Simon. Away.
Josh.
So, yeah, guys, you can you tune in next time. Not sure when the next time's going to be, but we'll work something out
Hopefully it'll be better.
by like a magnitude of 30.
It'll be like in 10 years' time, it'll be twice as good as it is now.
7%, yeah.
Yeah,
So we're
7%.
even 7% better. So
Every episode.
the 10th one, it was twice as good as the first one.